Now, speaking of Carlos Boozer, who we just brought up, the latest piece of the free agent puzzle is in place. ESPN's Rick Bucher is reporting that Carlos Boozer is going to the Chicago Bulls. They have agreed to a 5-year, $80 million deal. Of course, nothing can be official until the moratorium is lifted, and that comes tomorrow. So let's welcome in ESPN's Rick Bucher. Why Chicago for Carlos Boozer?
Essentially, this is the place that he wanted to go to all along. Remember, go back to last summer, he thought he was being traded there and had a lot of comments about almost saying goodbye to Utah. It's a great market. He gets to play with Derrick Rose, who is just as is right on par with Deron Williams, and in Utah, they simply didn't have the money to keep him and keep that whole thing together. So this has long been the place that he wanted to go. It was just a matter of really what was going to happen with Chris Bosh. He was number one on the Bulls list. Once it became clear that he was going to Miami, they moved very quickly to lock up Boozer.
All right, so Bosh is in Miami with Wade. Here's Boozer in Chicago. In terms of attractiveness of the Bulls now to LeBron James, how would you rate that now?
Well, the Bulls have always been the more attractive place as far as trying to win immediately, and if you add Boozer to the equation, that only heightens it. For all of the hoopla around Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade, depending on the pieces that they get around those two guys, that, as of right now, is still a 500 team. So there's a lot more work to be done, whereas you're talking about, with the Bulls, in spite of all sorts of injuries, a team that was a 500 team and is now adding Carlos Boozer, a huge piece that fits right into what they have. Joakim Noah will be the best shot blocker, defensive center that Carlos Boozer has ever played with. So as far as that's concerned, it only strengthens Chicago's position, but that's not, essentially just going to the place where you're going to win the most games. That hasn't been the driving force behind any of this.
All right, ESPN's Rick Bucher on the latest. Carlos Boozer signing a deal with the Bulls will be official tomorrow. Thank you, Rick.